So for today's hands-on session, I've got two different data sets. So one was like sales data for each month. So yeah, you can, if you see January's file, we've got customer details in the column, first column. Then we got like when the sale has happened, the date, sale amount, month and year. Likewise, we've got data for February and we've got data for March. So all this data were like lying in different sheets. So our task is to consolidate them into a single table. Let's see how we can do that using Power Query. Right. So as all the first thing need to be recognized is all those data sets need to be in a single folder so that we can iterate to each and every file and get the data. Right. So I'll just go into our Excel workbook and the same process, data, get data from file. Here you can see option from folder, right? So if you click on that, so it basically asks us to select a folder. So click browse and select the folder that we want to consolidate. Click open. Okay. Now what Power Query will do, it basically identify all the files in it, and as we are having only Excel files, so we've got like 3 different Excel files. One is February, January and March, so it identified that. Now we'll say combine and transform data. All right, so we'll click on that. All right, so it's just asking us for a sample file. So you can either select first file or you can even select the one of those 3 files. Just act as a sample file. So let's say I've selected like February, and I'll just bring in sheet 1 and click OK. All right, so you can see this is February's data, we have January's data, and we have March data as well, right? And along with the columns that we have in our data sheet, we've got a new column saying source.name. So which file this data comes from. If you want to have it in, you can have it in, otherwise you can remove that column as well. Then click on close and load to, let's load it as a worksheet. Right, so please go ahead and do these steps. Do let me know if you have any issues in between. do let me know once you have completed this dataset one.
Yeah, I'm done. Okay.
Yeah. All right. So second one going to be a challenge. The second data set is something like this. We've got like complete data in a single column. So you can see we are having like sales rep is region and is sales. So these three rows belongs to a single sales rep. So the first one going to be his region, second one is his name, and third one was it sale amount. Likewise, these three for single sales rep Cameron, so on. So our goal is to convert these into a tidy format, wherein we want to have a region in one column, salesperson in another column, and is sales. So we want to have something like this. So now yeah, I'll leave it to you guys. I'll try this for like some time. If once you're done, just let me know and we'll discuss it. Is a question clear?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so let's get into the solution. First thing, we basically need to connect to the data from file, from workbook. This is the one. So transform the data. All right. So now what we need to do, we want to have first 3 records and so on, a bunch of 3 records in a single row, right? So we'll be using index column. So we'll add an index column. Now first we need to identify these 3 as a bunch. So to do that, what we'll be doing, we'll use modular on this index column. So I'll take modulo of 3 because 3 is going to be our bunch of records, right? Okay, now you can see for 3 records we've got like 0, 1, 2, and that's repeating from 4th record onwards, 0, 1, 2. So now as you can see, 0 represents our region, 1 represents salesperson, 2 represents sales, so on, right? Okay, now we've got like representations for region, salesperson, and sales. And what we'll do, we'll basically pivot this data using this particular column. So pivot this column, we want to pivot this data without any aggregation. All right, is it okay? Okay, so now we've got region, salesperson, and sales amount. But the catch over here is as a region, salesperson, and sales has been like as an individual records, we want to have all 3 in a single row, right? So what we'll do, we'll basically click over here, right click, and we use fill down option, right? So what that does is like it basically takes Africa and comes down. If there is any data, it just leaves like that. If it is null, it's going to replace that null with the Africa, and so on. It's going to do like that. So I'll click on fill down. Now it got this, and yeah, I'll come here. I'll click on fill down. There you go. Right. Now what we want to have only these records, and only this record, because this record got its region, salesperson name, and sale amount. Similarly, this record, right? So it boils down to the same question. We need to identify the third occurrence in the bunch. So we'll use again modular on the index column with 3. And click OK. There you go. So this record is always going to be 2. So we'll be filtering out that only for 2 as our index. Now,
Akhil, in the last step, instead of doing that filtering out on 2, so in the last column we have everything as null, right? Except for the rows where we are. If you see in the column number 2, except for the rows,
that's what I was also thinking. I think if we just remove the nulls, that's what you were also about to say, right, Jagdish?
Yeah,
even that works. Yeah.
But I like your technique.
All right. So, do you have any questions? I mean, yeah, we can simply rename this column. Region, sales person, sales, and we can convert this into a currency. And as the final step, close and load.
Akhil, I have some doubt in the first one which you gave.
This one?
So here in the file consolidation, currently we are having 3-month data, right? What happens if we have 4th month?
Yeah, let's look into that.
Should we refresh or?
Yeah. So what we'll do is just we'll get this file. Alright, let's come back into this. Data query. We'll click on this refresh. Now you can see the new data has been updated over here.
Okay.
Now we are having.
Is there any condition like
go ahead.
the column names should be same for all files?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
That's where our sample file going to play a key role. So what it's going to take sample file as a reference and try to find the same columns in other files. Any other doubts?
All good from my side.
Right then, that's what I planned for today.